Assassin's Creed Black Flag is 10 years old. Happy birthday, Black Flag. I cannot believe this game is already a decade old. It's even crazier to think that Unity is going to be a decade old next year as well. But seriously, we now live in a time where this is what 10-year-old games look like. But because Black Flag is such a beloved game by not only me, but a lot of the AC community, I wanted to make a video celebrating this milestone and talking about the game. There's a lot of things that make Black Flag a special game and stand out amongst the rest of the series. First of all, it's to this day the best-selling game of the entire series. It still remains one of the best pirate games of all time, in my opinion, the best pirate game ever made, and it has one of the series' best protagonists, and recently, of course, we found out that an AC Black Flag remake is in the works at Ubisoft. Now, I know a lot of us wanted to see an AC1 remake well before Black Flag 1, but considering Black Flag was the best-selling game and one of, if not the most popular in the series, it's not too hard to see why they would choose to remake Black Flag first. It's a remake I'm still very excited to see. Obviously, we're still years away from that game being a reality, as it's still in the early stages of development, but I'm very interested to see what they do with it. And I'd imagine if the remake does well, that would open the floodgates for other games in the series to be potentially remade too. Not unlike what's been happening with Resident Evil over the last 5 years or so. Now, I don't think Black Flag needs a remake. This game still holds up very well and looks pretty incredible for a 10-year-old game. It's far from feeling too outdated, but I do think it deserves a remake for what it did for the series at the time and just how many people love this game. Ubisoft has also desperately tried to capitalize on the success of Black Flag and the love for the pirate setting with Skull and Bones, but I think we all know how that's working out. That game has been in development for 10 years and is still not out, and still doesn't even have an official release date. Now they're saying early 2024, who knows if that'll actually happen. Remember when that game was supposed to come out in 2018? Whatever, we aren't here to talk about the imitator, we are talking about the real thing. I've made quite a lot of videos over the years since starting my channel talking about Black Flag and why I love this game. So it's going to be pretty hard to summarize all those reasons here, but there are some major things that Black Flag does tremendously and are big contributing factors to why so many people love it. First of all, the setting and theme. Now, there are a lot of pirate games out there, as it's always been a popular setting, but none have really been a game like Black Flag. Sure, you have online multiplayer games like Sea of Thieves and what Skull and Bones is trying to be, but there's not too many high-quality, single-player, narrative-driven games like Black Flag that aim to be a bit more grounded and historically accurate. I'm actually surprised none of the larger companies out there like Rockstar or CDPR have tried their hand at a pirate game because they tend to be very successful and popular. But Black Flag delivers on pretty much everything you'd want from a pirate power fantasy and then some. Naval and melee combat, boarding ships, searching for buried treasure, exploring islands and vibrant cities, even singing sea shanties. This game has it all, and what's unique about it is obviously it's not just a pirate game, it's an Assassin's Creed game. So you still have plenty of opportunities for stealth and assassinations, parkour within dense cities, you can wear assassin robes and use hidden blades, and you still have plenty of the lore with a story surrounding an assassin and Templar conflict. This game does a tremendous job of balancing being a pirate while also being an assassin. Something I feel the RPG games didn't nail quite as well. Black Flag is able to deliver something new and refreshing for the series while still having that Assassin's Creed feel to it. To quote Todd Howard here,
all of this just works.
And I think because it balanced those two elements so well, it was able to reach a wider audience while still satisfying longtime Assassin's Creed fans. But another huge reason for Black Flag's success is the journey of Edward Kenway. Black Flag's story still holds up as one of the best in the series in my opinion. The story feels like one massive adventure that has its moments of Hollywood-esque action while still with plenty of emotionally charged scenes. Edward's entire arc was beautifully done, and man, that ending with the parting glass has a permanent reservation in my memories. I also love how they tied Edward's development into him becoming an assassin. Up until that point, we weren't used to the main character becoming an assassin at the end, but I really like how how it was done in Black Flag. Seeing Edward grow from that selfish, irresponsible pirate to a mature, selfless assassin was just fantastic. The characters and performances from the main cast were extremely memorable, and I think Black Flag's story is entirely unique for the series. I'm curious to see if or what they change about it in the remake, because I really think they can leave most of it as it is. It doesn't need to be changed, and it still holds up exceptionally well. This game also just has a massive open world that gives a feeling of scale, freedom, and adventure that many other games in the series can't offer, or at least not to the same extent. One of my favorite things to do in this game is just get on my ship and sail to wherever the winds take me. Being able to dock your ship and go to any island, it just feels so freeing. Black Flag's world is still one of the largest in the series as well, even if most of it is water. It's still got those larger, dense cities that you need in an Assassin's Creed game as well. Havana is beautiful, it's vibrant, and it's very well designed for parkour. I think one of the small changes that could make this world even better than it already is removing the loading screens from when you enter big cities and just allowing players to freely sail into port and dock their ships at the larger locations. That's something I hope the remake could do, as it is possible in AC Odyssey, since that technology has obviously come a long way since 2013. But perhaps the biggest thing people love about Black Flag is its naval combat. Now, I'll be honest, I do like naval combat, but I don't absolutely love it like other people do. I typically prefer being on foot in a city in these games, but the emphasis on naval combat was a breath of fresh air at the time, and I do still enjoy it. I just don't need naval combat in every single Assassin's Creed game, but I totally understand that for those who absolutely love it, that's probably a big reason why Black Flag is their favorite AC game. And again, it's arguably the most important part of the pirate fantasy. Plus, the dynamic weather with the storms and waves was always really impressive to me. From a visual and artistic standpoint, the game still looks gorgeous too. I still try to take it all in and admire the visuals whenever I play it, and that bright and vibrant color palette really helps further reinforce the pirate vibe. I can't even begin to imagine how good this setting would look in the newest of graphics. But all these things are part of what makes Black Flag so special, and why it remains one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games exactly a decade later. So thank you, Black Flag, and to all the developers at Ubisoft Montreal who made this special game happen, and happy 10-year anniversary.
Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I've loved, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy